Hey y'all!
Hey everyone!
Welcome back to Remy TV. And this is episode 1 of Girl Chat. We wanted to sit down and have more conversations with you guys. We want to be able to have you guys get to know us more. And we want to share some gems that we think would be very helpful.
Yeah, and our perspective on love, relationships, and just life.
Although we're sisters, we want to be your big sister.
Yeah, I feel like there's so many women out here who don't have someone to look up to, who are clear-minded, isn't demonic and crazy, and I feel like we're the perfect people for that.
And we want to be able to make sure that you guys have someone online that you can count on when you feel like you don't know what to do.
Yeah, we're here to give you the real tea. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna cut the bullshit.
No, we're not gonna cookie cutter. No cookie cutter bullshit.
No cookie cutter bullshit in this biatch.
Just so you guys know, should we tell them how old we are?
Yeah, I just turned 30, which is so weird.
She does not give 30.
I don't feel 30. I don't think I look 30. I mean, no one's ever said I look 30.
I'm 25. And one thing we can both agree on is the older you get, the harder it is to make friendships and the less bullshit friendship you're willing to keep in your life.
Yeah.
Because you now only want quality people around you.
You just realize all that fake rah-rah stuff you were doing with people? Bull crap.
Bull crap.
It's just a bunch of bull crap. You look back what did we even talk about?
Exactly.
We didn't talk about shit. That's what. And now we're not friends.
So, we want to talk about what we look for now when creating female friendships. What are some traits that we absolutely need, and what are some traits that we absolutely will not accept and immediately are like, yeah, this is not going to work.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. Number 1, starting with a trait that I absolutely need in a friendship. Number 1 for me is communication. I know that we are in this day and age where people are busy and they don't text and they're not messengers, but I'm not here to be in a friendship, and I'm talking about someone that I want as a close friend, even a best friend.
A potential best friend, you gotta communicate.
I'm talking like a real friend.
Because it's kind of like a best friend. It's almost like a girlfriend that you don't have sex with.
Exactly.
So it's like we need to communicate. Would you accept that from your boyfriend or your man?
No.
your husband? No.
So the girlies that take 5-6 days to answer a text, first of all, never in my life have I been too busy to answer someone in the way that you guys are. I'm a busy person. I have so much going on, and I'm not going to take 4 or 5 days to answer you.
I think it's also just a bit of etiquette too. Especially if you are supposedly having respect for a person, you not answering kind of displays how you perceive a person. It almost makes that person feel like, oh, they didn't think whatever connection I thought we had was actually of importance or of a potential to grow.
Exactly.
You guys don't even think there was potential, because you're not putting in effort. You're not watering the flower of friendship.
For example, let's say, this is a perfect example of that. If you have been friends with someone, and let's say you're always starting the conversations, you guys can talk for hours, but you just notice every conversation you've ever had, it's actually been you who has initiated it. If you don't text your friend first, you decide you're not going to do that. I did this once in high school. I was like, I feel like this friendship is actually me that drives the car and she just gets in. I wonder what would happen if I left the keys at home. She never spoke to me.
Which friend was that?
She didn't speak to me for weeks. This is someone that would hang out with me and be in my house all the time. So it's very important to know that women can sometimes be like men in terms of using you and absorbing your energy.
Women
and not giving a fuck about you.
And women, just like they do to men, the women who don't want to do the work will quite literally emulate another woman just to get a man. So imagine what they're doing with you. They can literally just be around you just to get whatever they needed for that time being and not actually care about the real friendship at all.
Yeah. If you're someone who's, I've had friends in the past, I'm talking high school. I look back now and I realize you wanted to be friends with me because I was good in my creative things and I could help you with it. I was doing photography then. People would want to be friends with me because I'm doing that. So they can be taken photos.
That's why you have to be keen on, first of all, is that person putting effort? Is that person showing me that they care about me? All those things. I'm not gonna lie, I actually did have decent friendships in the past where they showed me that they cared about me. They would put in effort, they would show up, They would give me presents. Like, they just showed me, okay, like, I really care about our friendship. They were consistent with their communication for the most part. So those are things that you need to pay attention to. If they're not putting in their best foot forward, most likely it's a one-sided thing. You gotta cut that
off. You have to.
You don't want to be friends with someone like that.
And to get on to the next point, which is you kind of said it, when you are putting in more energy, it's not even just communication. Think energy as well. You put more effort in to hang out.
Yeah.
You, like she said, you see how she said her friends got her gifts? If you're the gift giver in your group because you genuinely love getting people things, like I'm someone like when I care about people, I love getting them stuff. I want to go to the store, I want to get you this. If I'm at a food place and I know you love it, I want to come to your house and surprise you with it. That's the type of friend that I am. But what if you're that type of friend and you're doing that and the people you're doing that for, they never in their life do that stuff for you. But you don't notice and you're not realizing that you are a doormat.
A literal doormat.
You're not realizing. So it's like now, this was high school me. Boy, did I learn a lot from her. And a lot of these things come from our parents. If you have parents who make you have to work to get validation.
Yeah, if you have emotionally absent parents,
that's gonna transfer into how you are in your relationships with people.
Because yeah, you're used to having to like
do stuff in order for someone to like you. That's
what
it feels like.
It's like you need their approval at all times, and we suffer from that. We have our mom like that, so it's like that's probably why it happened to you. And yeah.
So you need to be wary of that. And now that I'm older, one thing about me, I don't play those games in friendships. If you're not putting effort, if you're not putting energy, I'm not giving you any at all. Before, I would push and keep trying when someone would give me crumbs. If I didn't learn that then, I'd be doing that with a man. I'd be like trying like you have to stop that stuff in your friendships because it's just gonna keep going in every relationship.
Another thing that I really need is a girl. It's like a friend who is very much obsessed with herself. Like she loves 100%. Herself so much and she's really into investing in herself. She has various hobbies. That shows me that she's striving to be the best version of herself. Mm-hmm. And friends are the reflection of you and the person you want to be. If you have friends who don't do shit, they don't care about themselves, most likely you're just like that and it's time to evaluate things. If you're the girly who's looking around being like, damn, like, how come I don't feel inspired? Maybe look around your friend group. Do you have people out here inspiring you to push you to be better? Or
are they trying to make you go to the club every weekend and get wasted?
Exactly. There's friends who are trying to drag you down with them and you need to be aware. And I want someone, if someone's close to me, they're someone who's pulling me up and forcing me to be the best, highest version of myself that I aspire to be. And that's the only friend I will accept. And the rest, usually if they are like that, where they're not the most ambitious, etc., you're an acquaintance and that's where you stay.
And to piggyback off that as the con of what I won't accept, that's what we would accept, but what I won't accept is the opposite of that. A girl who doesn't have goals, a girl who's just here. When you ask her what she wants to do, she's like, I don't know. She's out here in the clubs every weekend. She loves getting drunk. She loves doing all of that, but when it comes to taking herself and her life serious, she could give up. That's the last woman that I want to be around.
Like, if you're a bad, like, not even a baddie, that word lately is just not
good. It's not even about baddie.
No, if you're a girl who wants to be the girl of your own dreams, you can't be friends with people like that.
You can't.
Not for real. Like, you have to keep them at a far distance.
Yeah, like it's a quick acquaintance, a little fun, haha, hee hee. But I'm not texting you, and I don't want to go for coffee. I actually don't. I don't.
Like, I'd be down to hang out, like, for certain events. If I'm down to, like, if I know I'm gonna do my thing and, like, they're like, oh, like, I have an event happening, I'm not a partier. So if there's someone who's, like, parties a lot, they probably don't see me often. So when they do hit me up to go hang out and do something, I'm down to do it because I actually put the time to go do that. It's not my real lifestyle. And that's how it really should be too, like, for anyone like that who wants to be a better version of themselves.
I definitely don't like party girls. Like, I can't connect with them.
When you spiritually glow up, it's literally so hard.
I feel so different. Like, I'm not even trying to be like, because I don't get it. Like, I literally feel like we're on different planets. I don't know what you're talking about, and I can't believe you're wearing this out. There's a lot of emotions. Because now we're also in a world where here's another thing I can't be friends with. You can say this is bad if you would like. That's okay. This is just how I feel. I can't be friends with women who dress in super revealing clothing all the time like it's normal. Especially like, and I'm talking like on King Street in Toronto during the night when it's the club, women are wearing.
It's literally like Hooker Street. Like
it looks like lingerie, and I wish I was being dramatic. I see cracks, I see vages, I see nips, I see everything.
Women in thongs, like it's just.
It
literally seems like women are on this side of the street waiting to be picked up. Quite literally.
And they're in line to go into the club.
No, or they're just standing outside after the club. Everyone's talking. You're looking around like.
I can see your entire body right now. I'm very confused. I would never be friends with a girl like this because no girl that I would be friends with could even do this.
Like they wouldn't feel comfortable just like I wouldn't feel comfortable.
Because energetically we would never match because that would be so crazy to both of us.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Do you? I'm just saying my friend wouldn't do that. That's all.
If you like to be naked and like I don't know, just put yourself on display, like go off queen, but like
that's not for me.
That's not for me. That's not my ministry. I know like my body is valuable to me and I don't really care to like have the whole world get access to that. If once you have that perspective, it's actually really weird when you see other people do it. Because like I had to really learn, because before I thought it was people policing us, because they kind of mind trick you into believing you're being policed, you're allowed to wear whatever you want, and that's fair, I get it, but at the same time, when you really understand the woman's body, and honestly, even when I look at women's bodies, I feel this jolt of like, I shouldn't have seen that.
All you guys are doing is giving men free access to your feminine energy for free. They don't have to work, they don't have to pay, they just gotta look at you on the street, and they've convinced you that it was your idea. That's all that's happening.
Exactly, and on top of that, if anything, what really clicked for me, like you just said, finding out that men quite literally is like you paying them. Like when they look at you and they get to see your physicality, they are being fed in a way that we can't understand as women because we don't feel these intense feelings. And even then, when I see a really attractive, muscular, tall man, I get excited. I actually start realizing like I feel a different energy. I get more excited. I get more like, I quite literally feel like, wow, what a gift from God. Like, thank you. So I can only imagine the way I see the dog in men's eyes when they see you looking super sexy. So imagine when you're fully naked, like
this girl was wearing a full lace
show.
It was a full lace dress where I could see her titties, I could see her nip rings, I could see her ass. And it was short, so it stopped right at the butt, so it would be riding up while she's walking because she actually has a butt, so the dress would like move up. She's wearing a thong. I'm seeing everything. I'm watching people stare at her as she walks in and holds hands with her boyfriend. Okay. I can't get down with these type of ladies. And to piggyback off that, the girls who are very into casual hookups, being, for me, close friendship and best friendship with someone that is always hooking up with people, that energetically does not align with where I'm headed in my life. That it doesn't make sense. So that's another thing. I can be friends with you. I'm not saying I'm not going to be not friends with you. I'm talking about core friend in my circle. Could be my best friend. It couldn't be. Because energetically we don't align, because that is something that has never been my ministry. And I feel like we should be with people that believe in what you believe.
If you are, like, that's why I said I like a girl who's obsessed with herself, because that's mirroring how I feel about myself. And I don't think that I'm too, there's nothing casual. Like, someone on Twitter said it perfectly.
Yeah,
there's nothing casual.
It was the girl from Matt Brand.
Brianna Shini's like, there's nothing casual about having sex with me. There quite literally is nothing casual about that. So I don't want that in a friend. I don't.
I really don't. Because if you see yourself as casual and I don't, we see how we're already like different.
Guys, the world, relationships are all about energetic matches. And so if you feel something about yourself, you need to find someone who reflects it back. If they don't, then it's already like probably not going to be a close friend. Just know.
That's why Amaya and Taina and Asia from the drama are all friends.
Exactly.
They all do side bitch activity and they flock together.
Exactly. This Amaya Kalan situation, it really shows how you need to be careful about the women you are around. And when we were like learning about all this tea, the other girl that got her man taken,
Sydney Christine.
yeah, Sydney Christine, she seems like a normal girl, but guess who she was friends with? A girl who wasn't an energetic match with her. She just, I think, liked the acquaintance of the relationship.
Yeah, she was friends with Asia and just thought we were friends. But you should have paid attention to Asia saying, "Why don't you ever post me in your story?" Or her coming to her house to use it as a set.
What's the name of the girl? Shanice?
Sydney.
No, but I'm saying Sydney was friends with Asia, a girl who isn't energetic.
Yeah,
match.
I know.
Oh, you're adding on
and
to
I'm
that.
saying that may be true, but I wish Sydney was paying attention to how much you weren't an energetic match. Because why is she telling you, how come you don't post me in your Instagram story? How come she's coming to Sydney's home to use her house as a set for Instagram? You're not an energetic match. She is siphoning your energy for herself.
So yeah,
she's what I was explaining before. She's using Sydney. She's using what she's got, and she had clout. You're asking another girl why they're not posting you in their IG story? That's very weird. And Shirley can say she's had women where Shirley's gonna post in her story where they jump in, try to smile immediately, and be there because they want people to know Shirley's hanging out with me. And I've seen it myself, and I've been like, boo,
all the time. I actually met this girl. Literally told her about like what I do. She randomly tells me, "Oh yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna start like posting photos on Instagram." She's like, "Yeah, me too." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I want to like sing and stuff." "Yeah, me too. I'm really into singing." Quite literally, the next day she comes and tells me like, "I've been thinking about singing and all that stuff." Like, da, da, da. I was like, women. That's another thing. Next topic: women who try to be you. Quite literally be you.
You can't be friends with them.
They don't have an identity. You need to be with friends with women who have their own unique identity, and they are so confident in their identity that who you are doesn't shake them. They feel complimented by your existence.
This is why she said before it's important for them to be obsessed with themselves, because nothing is more important than a girl who is authentically her. No one needs you to be anyone else. I promise you, to be my friend, I don't need you to be anything or anyone else but be you. Wholeheartedly. As long as you're a good person with good morals, you have goals and dreams, and you're you and you're clean, I promise you that's literally it.
And yeah.
That's it.
Like, literally, just be cute, do you.
Cute, clean, do you, make money.
That's what I'm looking for.
But when you are
someone
trying
that
to be your
inspires
friend,
me to hustle, like I want friends like that.
And I know there's a lot of women out there who are really kind, sweet girls, but they're insecure, and they might not be rude to you or treat you like shit, but they actually use you as like their battery pack, if that makes sense. Because you're
their memory card. The best way, a memory card, like, because when you take out the memory card, the game's out. Like, you can't play the game.
Yes.
But they use you. They copy your info, put it in theirs.
Yes,
so they can
and then they be
game.
like you. I'm not to throw anyone under the bus, but a certain Love Island friendship that came off this season, it seems like one of the girls in the duo is trying so hard. Not even trying so hard. It just seems like she's slowly transforming into
the other person, and it's
because
like
the friend was seen as the confident one, the one that
she's
stands
the one
up
like
for her.
trap music, and she's like like vibes and stuff.
And then you're seeing the other friend constantly.
She's like literally a country fucking hillbilly girl, and
now
then she's now trying to be like she's like in the trap like and trap in a bend nowhere.
And when she did her hair,
and she straightened her hair to look exactly like her. I was like, okay, you know. Objectively, let's say she just straightened her hair, but something about it, the timing, it was weird.
And you looked so much like her when you did it. It was so creepy. And it's not that she stayed like that, but I'm just saying it was interesting how suddenly all her content after is like rapping her trap songs. And if you go on her friend's Instagram, first of all, that's why people liked her in the villa, and it's weird how out the villa, that's what her friend was doing on TikTok. And then you shifted into it. I'm watching.
I think they were jealous of like people liking her for that, and they liked this girl, the girl who's copying, for just being kind of an idiot on Love Island. And just so that's dead now. So it's like she's looking for the new
identity
to like stay relevant. And it's like, no, we see right through it.
We see right.
So don't be friends with women who don't know who they are. Especially if you are, especially if you know who you are. Be careful being friends like that, being friends with people like that, and also be careful of people who are just always looking for you to be their mentor, etc. Like, ain't nobody trying to be a mama. No.
Yeah, I can say I've fallen victim to that a lot.
And Sandra also said in her story that she took her in, was helping her, teaching her how to do things.
Teaching her how to do her makeup. Apparently, she didn't know how to do her makeup.
Taught her how to do her makeup. Like, you guys understand, like, women like that, sometimes their dad has just getting you to teach them so they can become you and take your life. It's so scary.
I was friends with this girl who really loved my sister. loved her personality, always told me that, thought it was normal. And my sister used to even call her little sis, and she loved it. And on her birthday, my sister does her makeup, and on my sister, and she loves it. She's obsessed with my sister. I'm thinking it's normal though, until my sister's birthday, and she's there, knows all the tea about my sister and this man. They're not together, but it's one of those things where they have a thing, and you know all about it because I've been telling you about it for months. She takes her opportunity at my sister's birthday while my sister is lit and doing her to throw herself at that man all night. Do you understand how mentally unwell you have to be? Like, it's like she said, she's giving me all the tools to be her and let me finish the mission by getting
literally
the
I was like, oh,
and
like,
the man
I
was
was
like,
putting on my like heels and I got him to like tie the end thing for me, like tie
you
the
know
strap,
when the straps,
and he was sitting, so I put my foot out for him to do it, and then she goes and does it like 5 minutes after.
like she walks up in front of me like, oh my god, can you? I'm sorry, ma'am.
And he looked really uncomfortable, low-key, like he was like, okay, I guess I'll do it, but like, I mean, that's, who the fuck
I
are
actually
you?
can't believe this happened.
Who the fuck are you? And he did not like her, like,
Girl,
no man. That's why I laugh, because I'm like, honestly, I'll be real with you guys. Like, any man that likes me will never like a girl who's trying to be me. Never. That's impossible.
And it's so funny. She was my friend at the time.
That's
She was
impossible.
younger than me, so let you guys know that this was like a 19-year-old hitting on a 30-year-old man.
Like, you're literally a kid.
She was 25 at the time.
Yeah.
Keep it real. Like,
and then you're just also not that girl. Like, no matter
she's not
what
that
you
girl.
do, you could never be me. I can't be duplicated. It's impossible.
But yeah, after I was done with the friendship with this girl, we found on her Instagram that she was literally copying and dressing like Shirley, trying to do her makeup like her. I was like,
I saw like the photo and trying to pose like me, all that.
I said, this is crazy. Oh, gotta watch out.
We've met a lot of creepy people in Toronto. That's the one thing I've learned coming to the city. Trying to make new friends, a lot of psychopaths in this bitch. And they're everywhere though. It's just like, you gotta really just stay woke. Have your criteria. Now that I have my criteria, like, no one can really shake that. Like, if I already made up in my mind, in my head, where you're placed. Just like men, when they place you in a category, I do the same to women.
I do it all the time.
I already made it like, oh, you're that type of friend. Cool. And like, I accept it for who you are, because I don't believe in judging people, but just know that you may not get as much access to me. Yeah. I'm like a club. You can't come in.
Exactly.
Not through all the doors anyway. Maybe like the first door. Mm-hmm. The other door's a lot, baby.
I have a lot of discernment with friendships now, and I always bring this up because I literally never forgot it, because I remember saying to a friend of mine back, this is like maybe 5 years ago, and another friendship went to shit, and they're always so dramatically ending, and she goes to me, you want to know why all your friendships are always like this? And I said, why? She goes, because you're too nice to everyone. And no one's ever said that to me before, ever. She's like, I've never seen someone give so much of themselves to every friend for no reason. Like, you do everything for all of them.
And I used to always tell you, you're weird.
So now,
I was like, ew, she's so thirsty. Like, I always be like,
and she's like,
I made this thing, I'm gonna give it to my friends. I'm gonna go do this. I was like, okay. Oh my god, my friends are all coming here. Big family, happy family. I'm like, okay. Okay. 24/7. She'd be like, oh my god, my fucking friends, bitch. My friends.
And not anymore.
And then she finds out none of those people were friends. They didn't even fuck with her like that.
They didn't even give a fuck. People just be using me and shit. It's crazy. But that was in high school. And honestly, the last friends that were insane, I was 20. And I'm 25 now. And I've had so much discernment that I can't name any friends for you, baby. Because every bitch is tapped. Now I have boundaries that I didn't have before, so now I don't have friends. Isn't that funny?
And like, I have, like, my requirements in friendships got upgraded. Like, I got some things from friends and they were able to be that, but then as I grew up and realized, okay, like, I need more. I need genuineness. I need less selfishness. Mm-hmm. And I was friends with a lot of people who were kind of selfish, and it was more about themselves. Or people who were not or people who aren't intelligent. That's why also it's a criteria for me to be friends with intelligent people. You need to date your academic, like, match. I wasn't friends with someone, like, especially the girl that I was really close friends with. She wasn't like the most intellectual, and so it was very hard for us to. Yeah, she wasn't. Yeah,
she was dumb. She's
very sweet girl, because it's like she was a sweet girl, and I'm not trying to come and like villainize her to next vibes, but like, yeah,
she's not villainized. She was just dumb. A lot of people are dumb.
Yeah.
She was literally super kind, generous. She'll be there for you.
She was
wasn't
so,
smart.
yeah, she was there for you, like everything, but it's just like,
literally wasn't
I
smart.
felt like it was just hard for her to connect pieces. If I tell her something, I realized she couldn't connect pieces like you'd want when you tell someone a story.
So you're
She would
basically
be like,
talking for a reason.
I don't get it. It's like you need to actually be like, actually explain every detail. Like, but when you meet a good friend who has a brain, who can just pick it up,
That's
they
like your
already
twin.
are picking it up as you're going. That's the girl you want to be friends with. And I realized like, it wasn't enough for me. Like, and I had to tell her, and she didn't take it well. And also, you have to be friends with people who you relate to in terms of lifestyle. If their lifestyle doesn't align with yours, which in her case was like she wasn't as ambitious as me. She wanted to become a mother. She wasn't even fully formed in her own self as an adult, as a person. She just wanted to throw herself into a random man and get married so she can feel good about herself because she centered men in her life. And I was completely the opposite. We were never going to be aligned. How is that going to work? When I'm like looking to grow and find my dreams, etc., and you want to be like a stay-at-home traditional wife with no goals and just being ran by your man. I'm not interested in that, and we don't align. That's not my ministry. Are you crazy? So like, we just didn't make sense. That's why it's so important to meet women who are like you, who are go-getters, who have goals. And honestly, I would love to be friends with a woman who's married, because that's my goal, to be married. But a woman who is a go-getter who's married. So it's not really about just her being married. It was like the whole package as a whole. Like, she wasn't the other women that are married but are also independent, and that's what I'm looking for. That's my criteria, and I'm excited to meet these friends. I know they exist, I just haven't met them yet.
Yeah, I just want to say this, ladies. It's more important having boundaries than to have friends. I'm telling you this right now.
Yeah, I'm so
I had
happy.
friends. I had so
I have
many.
like no friends. I have mostly acquaintances these days, and I'm okay.
I'm
I'm
okay.
so confident that I know my friends exist. When you believe, you know that exists, and I don't care. I know I'm going to meet them. I'm working on myself and leveling up. And if you want a friend that is a go-getter, hard worker, you need to be the energetic match. And that's
So you
what
have to work
I'm
on
working
yourself.
towards. There's certain things that I know I don't have. So you can't really be upset, because the universe, that's how it works. In you, when you create the energy, it's going to reflect back to you. So if you're not, working hard to become the best version of you, you're not going to find girls that are like that. Because number one, you're not in the places that they'll be. You're not doing the things that they would be doing. And they can't find you because, certain things you got going on in your life isn't letting you be visible. So these are things that I'm working on so I can get the friend, instead of sitting being like, oh, I have no friends. I'm like, no,
Or even
I'm working on myself.
Don't be the girl that just accepts any friend because you want friends. I was going to say, because I know a lot of girls just want to be friends with people because literally, yeah, you don't want to be lonely. But when you're feeling that void, it also shows that you have a laziness and you are looking for a distraction all the time. This is something people don't notice. If you are someone who always needs to find another friend, and never looks within, ever, you're always looking outside of yourself to be distracted because you don't want to do inner work.
Exactly.
That's a problem. That's why I say, yeah, you could have no boundaries and have all the friends in the world. I had bare groups of friends in high school and no one gave a fuck. You could give yourself to everyone, do the most, and not work on yourself at all, and maybe take a look in the mirror and realize you're a people pleaser. Or this is happening because of you, or this is happening because you've never dealt with this. If you don't want to do that, you're gonna have the relationship like Blair and Serena. But believe it or not, you can have a very fruitful, beautiful friendship that's not like the psychotic friendships that you see on TV. Those friendships are not normal, and I know a lot of people are living those friendships.
Yeah, the TV shows, they program, like, you need to understand, the entertainment in today's world is trying to create awful groups and unions. Like, they don't want people in actual divine connections with people. They want a lot of, like, just chaos. They want drama. That's why it feels so natural to have a catty friend and all those things. Mm-hmm. But in reality, it doesn't work out. Because at the end of the day, even when you watch the show, it actually does show you, yes, that's what they show you, but they also show you what it entails to have friends like that. What happens. And it's, a lot of it is actually quite disturbing. You don't want that. If you want more for yourself, you're not going to accept those things.
So all of this is to say, we want you to have boundaries and really look at the criteria when you are letting women into your life the same way you would a man. It is as important. And start putting them in categories. If she's not meeting all the requirements on your list, I'm not saying fuck her. I'm saying keep her at arm's length. Not
keep her in a place of like, oh, that one friend I just go to the gym with or I work out with, but like maybe I won't tell her my most deepest innermost thoughts, or we may not have intimate dinners. Like you can have friends for different things, and that's one of the things I had to learn. Even as a reset, I had to understand like, yeah, friends can be for different things. I don't have to cut people off because I like to be social. So what does that do for me to just cut everyone off? Like just keep them in places that they belong, so you're not getting hurt in the process. So I highly advise that everyone write a list. Be clear with yourself. I'm a visual person, so I think it's important to write down the things you want, so then you can like immediately identify it in someone that you're like, oh my god, it's giving friendship, it's giving bestie. Like,
yeah, believe it or not, you should be auditioning your girlfriends. It should be like you're dating them. Like, even if they don't know, like, you should be thinking it's a date, not it's my best friend when you meet them. We're locked in, tells them secrets, vacations and trips. Whoa. That's just like the same as moving fast with a man. All I'm saying, girls, is let's have some discernment and let's have fruitful friendships and let's have more divine feminine energy.
Yeah, so that is all.
We hope you enjoyed today's video. Let us know any of your friendship requirements or cons in the comment section.
Or tell us like in a moment where you had someone in your life who fucked with you and you realized, what was I thinking of having this friend in my life? Like, we share the stories down below. Like, I want to hear what you guys think. So make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe
to Remy TV, and stay tuned for our next girl chat. If there's any topics that you guys actually want us to get into, or any advice you want,
or any questions,
let us know, because we want the girl chats to really be sit-downs videos with young women, older women, women all across the world who want to unpack things and really get to the root.
Yeah.
So let us know what you want to hear, and we can't wait to see you in our next video. Bye. That was great.
Did we like pose?